where bald eagles fly over your house if you're an American. If they don't, you're an American. So, this weekend, I decided I was going to make a list. All these things I was going to do. Here's the list. So why I decided to do this is because of a video by a guy named View Miles, and you should probably check out his channel. It's pretty awesome. He doesn't have that many videos, and most of his videos are really like short films, adventures that he put together, crazy stuff, eating his weight in beans, kayaking, running, really cool stuff. So one of his videos was running a marathon in a day, but only doing 1 mile per hour, and then doing a bunch of stuff on a list in between. I did not run a marathon. I just made a list. So, out of the 28 things that were on the list, 21 of them were done this weekend, and 7 were not. No surprise. So I didn't complete it, but at least I have an idea as to what I can actually get done over a weekend. And the rest of this video is you seeing me accomplishing a bunch of stuff. So, enjoy. Well, today's Sunday, and trying to get some stuff done. As you can see, wrote a list. Plenty of things to do around here. And since it's usually dark by the time I get home from work, weekends tend to be the time to do things around the house. So, right now, got my compost bin. I'm gonna go dump that. Just finished feeding the chickens, making sure they had water. Got some eggs from them, so that's good. And if you couldn't tell, it is December in northern Michigan, and we don't have snow yet. And according to a guy that I talked to the other day, I think it was Friday, he was saying by this time of year, he's usually gotten the snowblower out 2 or 3 times already. And we've had one good dusting. I don't know. It was a couple of days where we actually had snow. The roads were shit. Kept fluctuating between snow and freezing rain. So yeah, that was a good time to travel, drive around, you know. But yeah, so the things on the list. Surprisingly, I have more than half of them done. And as of this morning, see here, the living room wall, that is halfway done. It needs 2 coats. I already have one on there. Yesterday, got that completed. This is the start of our compost system. So, as you can see, we've got some biomass here, chicken poop, pumpkins and whatnot, eggshells. I know that some people prefer to give the eggshells back to their chickens, but the few times I did that, I lost some eggs because they started treating the freshly laid eggs as food again, after I already trained them not to do that. So I don't really feel like doing that again. As I get more pellets, that'll expand out. I'm going to do more. There's a lot of biomass around here, obviously, that could be composted and turned into really good topsoil. And as I look around some more, the top of the hill is really sandy. Sandy soil. Doesn't really have too much fertility-wise going on. But then as you get down the hill, like back by those pine trees where that 2-track ends, it's like black, really fertile. So obviously, some erosion happened over the years. It was a farm at a time, so that doesn't surprise me. Plus all the trees and everything back there, the birch trees, the leaves that fall from that, tree limbs, fungus, a lot of fungus growing out of the ground here, which makes me happy. It means that there's something going on. The soil isn't completely dead. Obviously it's not. So let's see what else is on our list. So I've been at this for about 10 minutes now. All of these books, all of these boxes are books. Have to go upstairs. That's my task right now. See you in the end. Well, now that I realize that I've been talking to a camera that was not recording, here's all the books. This is the 3rd level of our house. It's going to be the library, eventually a den. The only issue is we don't have any electrical running up here, so that'll have to be changed. But in the meantime, this is 99.9% of our books, and should be safe up here. This is what's going to end up being the 2nd floor loft leisure area. And yeah, as you can see right now, this is more my workspace. So, whew, I'm tired. Anyways, breaking the home in. Jackalope. Yes, we have a jackalope. They're native to northern Michigan. And, it was goof on me during deer season. But, yeah. Got a jackalope. So, this is more of the house. Big roof, a lot of windows up here. Contrary to downstairs. So, what we're thinking is, like right between these windows around here, wood burning stove. I went to a place in town to see their recommendation for how to install something like that, and they were saying to put it right by the peak, have the the smokestack going out towards the peak. Eliminates damage from ice and gives you more black pipe inside the house to heat the area. And being such a huge open space as we have here, I'd have to agree with them. But I have a fear of heights, and there's no way in hell I'm getting my ass up there or on the roof. So I'm going to have to save up and wait to have something like that done. But cost-wise, we already have the stove, brand new. Just need to get it installed. So that's what we're planning on in the future. I'd like to say the spring, but, cost of heat in the wintertime, odds are that's going to be in the fall. Alright, what are we doing next? taking out the trash. That's pretty noisy. That's the sound of no bass driving by my house, vibrating my windows, making me miserable in my home. Nope, no bass. Alright, so we're gonna go for a quick walk. And there's some stuff that I added to the list that I got done. And there's things that were originally on the list that I should have known I just wasn't going to be able to do. But, oh well. So, what I'm going to show you is a small issue that we had with heat coming out of the house. This window frame here, the bottom part, a lot of rotted wood. So I cut out the rotted parts, replaced it, and you know, unfortunately with the temperature, I'm not going to be able to caulk it and seal it like I should. But considering the holes that were there, it's probably doing a lot better now than it was before. So I did do that, wasn't on the list. So back here, I am trying to find the flattest section of our property for the sake of putting in raised beds. And honestly, it's basically by the chickens. At least that's what I'm finding. The problem is the soil is just sandy crap. So, I mean, fortunately I'm putting in raised beds, so being sandy, that means it'll drain well, but I'm going to have to add a lot of topsoil, compost, manure, all the bio needed in order to get something like that done. And you know, that's doable. I can do that. I've got helpers. So not on the list, but this was a concrete slab put in for a mobile home that was sitting here when we bought the property. It was a nephew of the previous owner, I believe. And from my understanding of what the neighbors have told me, he's pretty much the guy that put this thing together. You know, turned an old dilapidated barn into a house. So kudos to him for a lot of the stuff that he did in there, considering he wasn't living in it. But this is also the area where I'd like to put a shed slash, I don't want to say barn, because I'm already living in a barn. I want to put a shed, a workspace, someplace to organize the produce that we grow. The other cool things that we have back here, we've got electrical hookup right here. I'm already in the process of replacing that post because obviously the board's rotted, but I put a new one in. I just have to switch the box over. We also have, for this spot, sewage. Apparently they put a septic under here, so I can run a line from that pump hose outlet back there over here, and we could actually wash produce out here, drain it into the septic, and not have to do all that inside. Keep the bugs out of the house, and it's just a matter of figuring out how big do we make this. I mean, towards the front here, this section, I'd like to be a greenhouse because there's no obstruction. It's all sunlight all the time. So I could actually start the vegetables and everything out here, transfer it to the raised beds, and, you know, get some rotation growing, you know. I know I'm going to harvest something soon. I could get something going towards the middle of the season and have another harvest. This is so cool. Look at these birds. These are awesome. I am fascinated with the wildlife around here. So I'd like to have a greenhouse towards the front section here, and then back by this pine tree, have that be basically like a tool shed, work area, someplace where I can store all the stuff I'm using out here so I don't have to haul it out of the root cellar. That part sucks. I'm really disappointed in, not that we've had any options, but how the root cellar has basically become a catch-all for anything that really just doesn't need to be in the house. And that sucks. So that's kind of where we're at. I did clear off the root cellar. There was some debris on the top. I don't know where that came from, what it was from. I'm guessing maybe remodeling the house, doing the outside. I have no idea. So anyways, I was able to clean that off. I have a better idea of what I can do with the roof in order to get that sealed in. Try to keep water out. Let's see if the chickens have anything for us. No, nada. Freeloaders. That's not true. I got 3 eggs from them earlier. So, anyways, back there you can see right here's the compost. That's the 2-track going back to the cabin. And this weekend I've been exhausted, obviously, with all the crap I've been doing. Did not get too right in the cabin this weekend. I did Friday night. I wanted to do a video called Breaking in the Cabin. Considering all the stuff that I needed to do while we still have daylight, it was a better idea to just go ahead and get that done while I could. And right now, it is about a half hour until sunset, so it's going to get dark soon. And there really isn't much more I could do out here except for maybe haul 1 or 2 loads of firewood back to the cabin. But after carrying all those books, after that, I already checked that off the list. Don't need to do any more this weekend. If it's still like this next weekend, this has been a really weird winter. Now, I'm not from here. I'm not from northern Michigan. I'm familiar with what kind of weather they usually get. And for there not to be snow out here this time of year is really odd. So I could hope we don't have any snow this weekend, but I'm not gonna bet on it. The other thing is it's supposed to be like 45 on Tuesday. So I don't know. Maybe I could still get this stuff done next weekend. It's freaking odd to me, but yeah. So that is my weekend. I didn't film anything yesterday, but you saw the list. It was, a lot of laundry and dishes, stuff like that, vacuuming the house, cleaning the bedroom, blah, 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 blah. But chopping wood, that was done. So, meantime, keep on typing.